Hi, I'm a quest rogue, and I played all of the cards that the guide told me to play. And then I returned the cards to hand, I played some more cards, returned them to hand, I completed the quest, but I didn't win the game! I don't get it. How did I not win the game? I played all the cards it told me to play. Well, in this case, having a wide board against the quest rogue was game winning for me. And how about this mage here? As he has a secret up, and you have Bloodlust, but you're thinking, oh, what is that secret? So you do the smart thing. You test for counterspell, and of course it is counterspell. And then you think to yourself, I've got to kill these 8/8s, right? Otherwise I just die. And then you start to realise something. As you start the trading process, you pause and you think, oh, maybe I could kill the mage here. What a unique way to find lethal here. Just got to figure out the best way to do it. And as you start trading, you have a light bulb moment, a eureka moment. And as the rope starts to burn and your life is flashing before your eyes, you realise, oh, I have patches in my hand. One of the few times that you actually want to have patches in hand rather than drawing in from your deck onto the field, onto the board. Yeah, patches there saving us and giving us precise lethal. Feels good. Okay. And this feels dirty. Double Bloodlust feels really, really, really dirty. But so much fun, and a win is a win. I'll take it. Feels good. Kind of. And this is one of my favourite highlights. Lorewalker Cho on the board there. How did he get there? A 10/10 Vancleef got devolved into Lorewalker Cho. That felt great, and I think it tilted my opponent so much he rage quit. But yeah, that's one way of beating Miracle Rogue. Devolve into Cho. And this deck that I've been showcasing, it's a Token Shaman. I have a 91% win rate with it, according to Deck Tracker, and as you can see there, a whole streak of wins against some popular classes and decks that you see on the ladder. Yes, it's all about the board presence, and you can see how many turns it takes to win the games too. These are quick games. And here's the deck. So, how does it work? You want to get a 1-drop down on turn 1. Firefly often is what you want. Bloodsail Corsair also works because it brings out patches. Now, if you can get 2 1-drops down on turn 1, either through Corsair into patches or Firefly coin 1-drop, then you can play Flametongue Totem on turn 2 and you can start trading with your opponent's board or doing damage to the face. The way this deck wins is by board presence. Flood, 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 go wide on the board, Bloodlust and win. Sounds like a slightly risky strategy because quite often your opponent may have board clears. Yes, you have to play around that as best as you can. Sometimes overcommitting is not a good thing. But you've also got recovery mechanics in the deck. You have card draw in the Manatide Totem. You have Stonehill Defender to draw you a significant taunt that you can put down. And you also have Thing from Below. That's a big body that can soak up some damage, buy you some time. You've also got the Jade mechanics in this deck. Now, there aren't that many Jade cards, but they're significant enough to have an impact. You can get 4/4s and 5/5 Jades on the board, and you may look at that and think, hey, that's not significant. Druids can get 10/10 Jades and 12/12s, yes, but with Bloodlust in hand, having a 4/4 and a 5/5 Jade on board can just give you lethal sometimes, along with a couple of smaller minions like totems that your opponent has just conveniently ignored. So yes, it's all about the board presence. And let's not forget there's Hex in this deck to take out big enemy threats, and Devolve, which is really, really good at just neutralising, as you saw earlier, neutralising Vancleefs and turning them into Lorewalker Cho's. So let's have a look at the deck in action on the standard mode ladder. We're joining this game in progress here. And the reason I want to illustrate this game is look at the hand. It's terrible, right? We didn't get a 1-drop on turn 1. We did not get a 1-drop, and we were really sad. So we're resorting to playing this totem here that's giving us a 1/1 Murloc every single turn. I have a feeling it's not going to last very long on the board. No, it's not. Quite a bit of investment here going into killing it, but it's pretty good for him. And he's had the start that I wanted. He's playing a very similar deck to me. He had the start with the 1-drops that I wanted. So we're still able to control the board again. Corsair there, Bloodsail Corsair, doing a really good job of neutralising his weapon. But it's kind of even at the moment. In fact, it literally is even. Our boards are mirrored, quite literally. So it's time for a woohoo there with some Jade cards. So let's build the board here. Let's build the board. Yeah, this is a mirror match. And my view on mirror matches is that they come down to luck. They come down to draws, and they come down to luck, and they're very much 50-50, presuming that both players have a similar skill level. And we are respecting his totem there. We have to kill it. We can't have it spawning 1/1s every single turn, can we? Healing Totem's actually doing some work here, because if he has Maelstrom Portal, if he doesn't roll spell power, Maelstrom's not going to do a huge amount for him here. Yes, respect for a 2/3. He knows I've probably got Bloodlust in hand. He's probably seen that those 2 cards in my hand have not moved, those first 2 cards. He probably thinks they're Bloodlust. So we don't quite have lethal. So let's Maelstrom Portal to get something more on board. Okay, that's fine. We need to trade here. Trading is important. Just need to figure out the most efficient trades. Obviously, I want to keep the 2/2 alive. That's a given. That's critical. And do I want to commit any more to the board? Yes, I'm going to commit that. Well, I'm not going to commit the Corsair, just in case there's a Lightning Storm. I've not seen Lightning Storm played for a very long time, so I doubt that this kind of a deck runs Lightning Storm. I think it's just Maelstrom Portal usually that you see. Wow, he really is scared of Bloodlust. He's using these Jade Lightnings so liberally here, but I don't blame him. How much damage is this? There are 5 minions on board. That's 15, 16, 17. It's not enough, so I'm going to do the same that he's doing. I'm just going to control the board. And as we head into turn 8, Bloodlust is probably lethal. I have 7 minions on board. It's 21 damage. It is lethal, providing... Wait. He's going to kill that. So what is that? 6 minions on board. 18, 19, 20, 21, 23, 26. I believe that's lethal. Doesn't really matter though, because we have Jade Claws. So it's lethal now. And there we go. He who gets the board first and keeps control of it wins the game with Bloodlust in the mirror match. That's simply how it works. For better or for worse. Okay. Going up against a priest, and we've mulliganed into this hand here. Now, Firefly is really good. Primalfin Totem is fine. I don't know if I'd want 2 in the opening hand. I think I'd want something more proactive, like Jade Claws. But this is okay. Okay. I'm gonna coin out our Flame Elemental there. That's fine, because if he has a Cleric, we can double trade and Maelstrom Portal. That's not a Cleric. It's a 1/3 that can't kill either of those minions. But do we just get rid of it? Because if he has a Cleric, he could trade and heal, draw cards, and I don't want the Priest to draw cards, right? Ooh, that's really good. 2/2 body. That'll do. That trades into a Cleric and survives, so I'm pretty happy about that. Notice how my mind is fixated on Northshire Cleric, because that's what you tend to see early. Going to be mana efficient. I'm going to play the Manatide Totem. I could have played the Primalfin and a 1-drop there, but I actually value the card draw in this position. I value filling my hand, because I also sense that board clears are coming and I want to get the card draw while I can. In this case, we can save the Manatide from meeting a grisly fate with that Drake by playing a Taunt. And I'm actually taking Wrathion here because, yes, it's expensive and usually this deck plays cheap minions, so the Stubborn Gastropod looks pretty appealing. But Wrathion is card draw. Again, I want card draw, and he's a Taunt, and he's a big body, which may delay the Priest a little bit. Trying to just buy that time until we get the Bloodlust. That's what's happening here. That Manatide Totem is really critical. It's really crucial. And I'm just wondering, do I commit here? Yeah, I do. It's fine. Committing is fine, even with the board clear, because it's given us a 1-drop back to hand, so it's something we can play next turn if the board gets cleared. But yes, getting ever closer to Bloodlust is the plan. He's at 22, but he's going to work on my board here. It's not good. Clearly seeing the Manatide Totem there as a priority to kill. Hello. Is that lethal? 12, 13, 14, 16, 17. It's not, is it? Is it? No, it's not. So we just go face and draw cards. Sure. What we're expecting now, actually, is we're expecting Dragonfire Potion to clear this board. Sadly, the Mistress of Mixtures, I was saying how happy I was earlier to get it, because it's a 2/2 body, doesn't die to a Cleric. It's going to heal him. That's a problem. It's actually a really big problem for us, because we don't want him getting any more health. Bloodlust here, so was it 4 minions on board? That's 12, 13, 14, 16. Oh, we are 3 off, which is quite awkward.
I wonder.
Hang on a minute. Wait, we have Patches. Yeah, who's in charge now? Wow, another occasion where actually having Patches in hand has done a really good job for us. Yeah, from now on, I want Patches in my hand. I don't want him coming out of my deck onto the board. Because Patches Bloodlust value. Instant win. Okay, this mage now. Notice the mulligan there. Damn. I was looking for a 1-drop. I mean, I have the coin. I could have kept a good chunk of that earlier hand. I think there were 2 drops in it. Yeah, I was just looking for a 1-drop. I was looking for Firefly. This is fine. Hopefully, he's just going to ping the 1/1, and that's going to slow him down a little bit. And then we can develop something else on the board. Okay, he's not going to slow down. Fine. He's just playing minions. Yeah, usually when you see a ping from a mage, it's a really slow play, and you're usually quite happy with it. because if they spend 2 mana to ping, that's 2 mana they're not spending playing a minion. In this case, he thought playing a minion was better. Probably thinking that I couldn't kill it, but Jade Claws there saving the day. Notice I used Jade Claws and not Flametongue Totem? If I'd played Flametongue Totem, would he have Frostbolted it? Or would he have Frostbolted the Primalfin? What's more threatening in this deck? Anywho, we get some damage in. That's actually really important. Huh. Doesn't matter. Flametongue Totem did 6 damage to his face. Chip damage, it was more than chip damage, it was quite significant damage. And getting it in early is critical. Speaking of damage, 5/5 on board. That's going to do a lot of work for us. Okay. And there's the card that we were looking for. We just now need to keep the board going.
Out of my jungle.
White Eyes. Instant snap pick. 4 minions on board now. So that's 12 damage. Just by playing Bloodlust. So 12, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 with the weapon. Okay. Oh. If that's oh god. Right. If that's Ice Block or Ice Barrier, we're a little bit sad. If it's Counterspell, we cry. Do we risk it? Do we risk it for a biscuit? I mean, for all I know, it could be Spellbender and Mirror Entity. Probably not. It's probably Counterspell, right? So we play a Woohoo. Okay, Mirror. Mirror, mirror on the wall. You get a 2/3. I can live with that. So what do we do? Do we just go face? Okay. Presumably then, this is Counterspell or Ice Block. That's the assumption. But regardless, even if he clears a chunk of my board, we are taking the fight to this mage. Look at his health total. Oh, he thinks a taunt minion's going to save him. No, it's not. Because if this is Counterspell, we just devolve. And it is. Okay. Well, I've got some bad news for him now. Bloodlust. Goodbye. Yeah. And he concedes. Feels good. And this took us to rank 3, so yeah, with its 91% win rate, with a very small sample, okay, I appreciate it's a very small sample size of games, but in that pocket, in that window on the ladder, it worked really, really well for me. So there are different versions of Token Shaman, lots of different versions out there. This particular deck plays the Jade minions, but there are decks that don't play the Jade cards at all. So I think it's a question of just, if you're interested in this kind of deck, it's a question of just trying it out and just seeing what works for you. There's also Token Druid, and I'm sure there are other classes that can run tokens as well. But for me, in this particular pocket of the ladder, it worked out fine. So give it a try, and if you do try it, because it's relatively cheap to craft if you've got Aya, because and Patches. Patches and Aya are the only 2 legendaries. So if you've got those, it's relatively cheap to make. So give it a try, and maybe leave a comment and tell me what you think. But thank you very much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the video. And I'll see you all again very soon for more Hearthstone fun.